God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Oh, change that. Come Saturday morning. They're gonna fuck it up. That's worse. I can't do that. Need to have the fan on. So it's my dysfunctional CIA family, part 45, I think. So, Ms. Magazine, when they came out in 72, I remember when they came out. Like, okay, so these women used to be middle class and they'd be housewife everywhere. Because I'm kind of daydreaming about seeing there's something they got the fucking shit. That's why it's coming on strong and all that little league stuff and everything all through the 70s, right? Because it used to be like a witch's coven, right? Like that one that, man, it was up over a place across from the parish school. So I was looking around the bushes, playing in the bushes, and there's a skull, maybe a small dog, maybe a raccoon, a carnivore without the jaw. And it was really cool with its fangs. Jaw. Yeah, that thing was cool. It looked like it had been used in witch ceremonies or something. But then I had it, and I showed it to the mom. I guess she was around. Like that. And the kid got upset because it was his and he had left it, or, but he hadn't seen it forever. I think she fucking put it there, is what I mean. And I always look through bushes. I always do shit because I always look at it for insects. And the way she was with it and cold, and she's like, I should have it. Man. God. That is weird. Yeah, so, damn, man. So my brother was fishing with my dad out in Missouri at the river where they have the trout. They have the trout farm. Is that Baker State Park or is it this other one? It's something. The big old trout farms, the big old square things. And you get trout food. You get dry trout food from a vending machine thing and throw it in. It was really cool. So they have all the different sizes and they stock the trout into the rivers, and people, you pay $5 a day for a fishing permit. And so you can catch 5 per day and possess 10. So you can have 10 in your truck or whatever, in your ice box per person. Now, and catch 5 a day. So my brother, like, I'm not sure if I was there, like if I was on that trip or if it was a trip, or just my dad and my brother went. Maybe I was there. But my dad and my brother were fishing. My dad had a permit, and my brother didn't have a permit. And my dad didn't know he'd have to have one. He says, okay. My brother's fishing. He catches this beautiful, stupendous trout, the best trout ever, all this kind of shit, right? Stupendous. And they know how to do it with a different shit. They can work it so you can just throw something and catch at different timings in the days. A stupendous trout he caught. My dad's all proud of him and all this shit. And then the park ranger guy comes up and to see if my brother has a permit. He doesn't have one. And he took it away. And my dad's all like, he tells this story and, oh, it's too bad, but that's how it is. It's like some sick shit. Now I know, like, because it doesn't fit my dad at all. Because it would have been like all these other things. Like, I should have, had him buy a permit and get, keep it. The guy wouldn't just fucking take it. That's so stupid. That was a setup. That's her pervy fucking shit. That's here comes a man you know, punk you right in front of your dad, and your dad has to suck it up. That's what they did. And so I did, because I know it. I know my dad and the whole thing, the way it went down, and it doesn't fit until there's that thing, and then it does, and it's all these fucking years. And it goes right with the thing when he's sitting there. When my brother's molester came, and my dad's sitting on the front porch, or like on that little stoop, with the molester, and then me. And he has to be. That's that shit. And those guys are in on it over at the Trout place at the park. They're in on it. That's their shit. And they have their special thing with a big police guy, you know, punking your kid for you. That's what they fucking did. And they got whatever the fuck shit that is, because, like, I guess it's like that. Like, I hate these motherfuckers. So I wouldn't understand. Whatever their shit is, that's what that is, man. And I think, and it's at that place. I was fishing there once, and the next year or something, a little bit later. I didn't have a life preserver, and because you're not supposed to be in the water, and like I had my waders, and they can get filled and stuff. So I slipped and fell, and went into the rapids and down. There's a chance of drowning. Say like if no one's there, and the water's really cold, and you get sucked under and drown. And so I would say with the whole situation, maybe 20% chance of drowning or something like that. It's a little risky like that. Could be. And then the way everyone was, the way they watched, and the way it is, and the way they reacted after I recover, because it's not just what they do or don't do, because it's not like a lot you could do and wouldn't be observed, but observing them after, like, how they had to be or how it is. And I wrote like, yeah, do not rescue, a standing do not rescue thing on me. It always stuck with me. Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Oh man, I thought this one swings opposite though too. Because this is, yeah, it might be at the same place. We'd persistently go back to that motherfucker, and this was like a little bit later. Or maybe it's that same year. Like, because that, when I was around, like, that was like I was a little older, like a year or two before I first went there. Yeah, probably was 2 years after I first went. But I was walking in some woods, and I just go around, and there was a teenage boy and teenage girl, and they said I was like, I was trying to watch them or something, and they started bitching at me, and they were really mean and hostile, like I should never be around or anything. And so I know it's like they're perverted shit and they're weird shit with the territory and stuff, but now I'm thinking it's so weird and so extreme that I think they were like stalking me, like going around from the front and stuff and creating a weird thing. They know where I've got to go, like down toward the river in a certain trajectory to go look for stuff in the water and all this stuff. And so they're keeping me the fuck away, so no one drowns me or whatever the fuck. So someone could just take you and drown you or something, or maybe they worry. And that would make sense too, because it doesn't fit anything. Because they were like coming around. They come like fucking all the way to fucking no one goes around. They have to go all the way first and make it like it's me. And they're trying to make it into being all hostile and grumpy. Yes, we're gonna be by ourselves, or we're grumpy. That was some shit like that. They're trying to get me going, get me on edge and stuff, to protect me. It makes sense that way. So that's that fucking, I think that's the same Trout Park, I think, but we weren't as much fishing, or I wasn't fishing. Yeah. Damn, man. Yeah, all through you could write the whole history of like women getting slammed. Like, you don't have the housewife. And they have to go out in the jobs and all this shit, just like fucked up shit. And at the house, they'd be managing. They'd be like, maybe it's not the women of the house, but you have something. It's all like witches' covens running the undercover. These guys wouldn't stand a fuck chance. And then with that, when they get put out, and it's get more and more pressure, that's when it becomes the bullshit. All the baseball shit or something. I would think in a certain way. Or that would be something, and there'd be no anecdote for that. Yeah, with that dog that bit those two kids. So all I heard is like they came home and the dog had torn up the furniture and then bit them. And I didn't hear the other stuff. Like they were chastising the dog or cornered it. And I meant to say that to tell you. And then I also forgotten that I had added all that part about them even chastising the dog, because I didn't hear that part. That's the part I try to do to make sense of it and to not feel, I don't know, like just make sense of it and not feel as bad about it. But I didn't actually hear that. So that girl did have a pretty bad scar on her face too. She had a bite. She had a fucking thing. It was a fucking ripped her cheek and up, man. And she had the stitches. And she was fucked up. I forgot. I didn't really do justice to it. That girl was fucked up, man. Man, I think that's before I got bit. God, is it? Because I would think there's a whole difference. Like if I got my lip almost bitten off by that fucking dog, right? And the whole lip hanging off, almost took the whole top lip off, but it's hanging down over my lower lip. Has to do 18 stitches there. Fucking, there's 5 more on where the fang hit. They're gonna have that dog take my lip off. That Saint Bernard. I think I'd fucking be thinking, but yeah, I think it was before. Oh shit, I think it was before then. And just a little bit before. Oh god, man, right? Because they're cooking up some shit. Damn, that girl, yeah, she was fucked up because like I wasn't saying it right in that last video. I was not saying it right, man. Oh look, that's a fake cat too. It's made out of Legos. I didn't say it right. No, it wasn't like the scar. That was the wound with the stitches or the. Oh God, she didn't. Maybe she didn't have them. She looked like a gargoyle. She looks like Frankenstein. And so then we gotta go to the camp, and she's so sad. She's like seriously depressed. Got that thing, and she has her boyfriend. Oh yeah, my girl with the girl with a spot on her face. She's like, man, just look through it, look around it, look at me, around it, look around. You look around it at each other, right? Damn, man, yeah, she's got that fresh thing with the fucking gruesome. It will be a scar too, I think. And he goes on down the cheek. Damn, man, they fucking did that shit. Somehow. How the fuck does that work? They did that shit. They got the right breed. Someone fucks around and gets them to trains them or something. There's some shit. I swear to fucking God. Because like that, okay. Because that's like, it's getting to like, starting to add up, man. Like how many dogs, right? You got the fucking, and even the statistics, it could be like these dogs are getting set on people and there's a certain way you can train them and predict. But that was, black Labrador Retriever. Just as you can like make them go catch a stick, bring your, go fetch a duck and bring it back. You can probably make someone go bite someone's face, get all attention. Someone say no, and they have to go bite at their face. I like when it doesn't seem like it. Because they got that tension. Like I never saw it in the dog. He's like, but we hadn't seen him for a few months. Yeah, that's another thing. We're all hanging out with him, and it's like, when I'm kind of watching the puppy, grow up, and that puppy was cool. And we stopped hanging around with him. It's like a couple months or a few months, and all of a sudden, boom! I hear about that, and we go see him. We're going camping with him. So it's like, take me away, and God knows what with a dog. Shit. So that's a black Labrador. And then the skull too, right? Yeah, it might even be a fucking skull from their shit. That's not just, oh man, it's from their shit. I know Diane does that. She does the fucking, all the vets and shit. The skulls, the dog skull fucking, put them down. You gotta be put down. She'd always see, oh yeah, put down, gotta put down, gotta put down. You gotta put down, gotta put down. I learned that from her. I learned that from the fucking CIA lady. Put down, gotta put down. How's that? Like my mom would say, like subpoena, and talk about the feds, or, oh, what's the other shit? Like, and oh, what's the Canadian? An agenda, the agenda. I get words like that from my mom, and from the CIA lady, I get put down. Gotta put down. She's fucking. Her adult word. That's her fucking adult word. Okay, so then the dog that bit my face, that Diane actually got that dog. It's like Diane brought it. She's there. She came in with it. Like, there's a stray dog kind of thing. They call it a big puppy, but it's like full grown. Like maybe it's like 1 year old or a year and a half. It's fucking full. It is all the way full grown St. Bernard. Year and a half old or some shit. And that thing was trained to fucking do me and get, be signal on me. That's why Diane's there with me and my brother and the dog and my mom to get it, make sure it's going right. To get the dog, make sure the dog's on me, like the jealous object. And then she's tweaking it and I got my attention, and like the dog knows who the target is. Probably even some scent thing, probably fucking whatever the fuck, right? Damn, man. Because that's the second breed that bites all the time. And then she comes and takes the dog away when it's done after the dog's fucking almost tore my face off. Damn, man, because all of a sudden, and they act like I did it. They're fucking fucked. And then I had a German Shepherd. And that's my mom got it from some weird friend that we never hang out with, but they're all best friends. And we had a litter puppies. And it's got to come from the Diane shit and got something going. And so it's something. And that dog was like, like Bhakti Pod's dog. That was like one of those breeds. You can't be alone. Leave your friends alone in the room with them, and they're just on their ass. They're not gonna go bite them. They're gonna like fucking run their leg for them. Be like up against the wall, motherfucker. You're gonna be up against wall tense. Or we're like, what the fuck you doing? Or something, or just busy. He actually would be cool with everyone. But they got it from the shit, because I know Bhaktipod's dog was that same shit, and that was a female dog. And they have to train it. It's the fucking same breed of German Shepherd. That's why I did so well with Bhaktipod's dog when they put me with her. They left me alone in the room. Fuck. Yeah, so how would that fucking work? So that girl had that. That girl, like, yeah, what was I saying, man? It wasn't the fucking scar. No, she had the fresh fucking thing. You know how bad it looks when it has stitches. Did it have the stitches still? Jesus, it was fresh, man. It was like, you know how bad it is. It gets swollen, all the wrong colors, all the wrong shit. And then stitches is even fucking worse. She was at that level of shit, okay? And she had the cool boyfriend. You're pretty, though. Man, she's like, you're probably fucking with her, right? I'll stay with you through it, baby. I'll be here for you right through it. Man, they were fucking doing some shit. I swear to fucking God. I bet you the fuck they can take that take that fucking dog, what do you call the Black Labrador? Maybe you can get him right on it, right? And especially because if because they'll get that attention. No kisses or something in that. Or something. Because they got some weird stuff. Black Labradors. They got mental problems. Oh God, it was, man. Man. So why would they do that? I guess with my brother, it's like me. They get me all tamped down and get me fucked up. And they work my brother a certain way. Get him fucked up. So we don't come back at it. And they do a certain thing with my mother. Damn. I think my mother, there was something going on with my mom. She's like some kind of sleeper. This thing and the stuff from Massachusetts. Could always have her go and like to have her things. Because she's so socialized and whatever she did in college and whatever. I think it just whoever's got that connection. You know, my dad did act like he had stuff he doesn't know. Like she wouldn't just tell him all the shit or whatever. And they just never got it going. Maybe they did. I don't know. These fuckers, but shit's getting closed down. My mom ran the abortion clinic. I guess I didn't do all that, did I? It's not the abortion clinic. She ran the abortion mafia for Southern Illinois. So she was like, is it like? It's in the newspaper. They don't focus. It's in the newspaper. Like it's me and my brother. And I said, why are we in the picture? Or why am I in the picture? She said, because you answer the phone sometimes. Why does it gotta do that, man? What is wrong with this thing? Is it retarded? Yeah, it goes start fucking up again, right? And I should have that going, right? It said, it's another thing. Oh, yeah, the newspaper said, yeah, like, it said they go fly, on an airplane up to New York City or they do some shit, right? And really, my dad told me later, they take him to Chicago. Like, and it's two Chicago police officers. They drive all the way down from Chicago to Southern Illinois. It's like fucking, what is that, 8 hours? Or what is it, 4 hours? And then drive them all the way, I guess it's like fucking, how the fuck, man, drive them all the way back up. And then, I wonder if it could be something else, like, because that's a lot of shit. As you get more, because, like, that's kind of fucked up. You have to make, like, it's kind of better if you start on the end of Carbondale. And they did. They acted like it's something else. But they probably got other business, too. They can kind of integrate it. So it's not the end of the world, right? You know, so it's that round trip. And they got other Carbondale business so they can work the other shit, right? Like guys that would have been in Carbondale anyway, and they drive up, and the guys that have to go back down, drive them down, so maybe different ones. So, but that's a lot of shit where you have to have 2 Chicago police officers do that, so no one can fuck with them, and they keep it all in state. And my dad had told me, and then it kind of sounds like makes sense because he touches it and make it focus. Why is it too stupid, man? They don't know shit, do they? Like they'd want to find out, or maybe he doesn't get to find out, or however the fuck. The paper says this other shit. Maybe they don't even get to know. Maybe it's not even all their shit. It's my mom's connection, or it probably is. It is, right? Not even Begita and all that. It's not like Begita did it. It's Begita's. No, man, that's the other shit, right? Isn't it? Isn't it? That's my mom's fucking like the thing, Air Force intelligence or whatever the fuck it is, all that whole fucking thing, and all that fucking real, some of that real stuff up in Massachusetts, or not some bullshit or whatever. God, I want to know if he didn't tell me. So like and she worked for the Women's Center. And she's the thing, I see those 2 bitches that she hangs out with too. Like the ones that are in the paper. And they're like all serious in that same article. And they kind of recognize them. I think I know everyone. And now I see it's like everyone, I think there's some undercover thing. And it's like, I think everyone's MI6. Like, you know what I mean, that thing. Because they're that bullshit. My mom was some real shit. And so sad. She always acted like it too. God, it's weird. I think that's what it is. And they be like it. And they be like, fuck it. Yeah, we want to be in trouble. Like, put it in trouble. Okay, we're here going up to be in trouble. Like, to Chicago police. Yeah, we're all so naughty. Driving on the naughty seat. Naughty wagon. We're driving the naughty wagon. Like, God, we need some more naughty wagon. You know, we need to make it like Florida in 2025. It's going to be all naughty wagon, right? Like that shit. And that's yeah. So they wanted to figure that out, or can't. God, man. I used to think that's why everyone fucked with me, but I was like set up. They were like fucking beating me and doing shit just to fucking see what happens and shit. And setting it up. And then you get me crushed out, beat down. But then, damn, man. I wish I'd known, man. I was like, I had no idea. Everyone was just lies. That makes sense, all my dad's attitude. And I didn't want to say anything. Anything that happened with me at school or anything, like, because he does it, he's in on the shit. They got all the stuff. God. Yeah, and then how Diane started hanging around. I guess he just wasn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, that's why Diane started giving my mom drinking. I watched her training her to stuff too. Had to come out there and smoking. God, man. That's what I had to do. I had to come in and like catch my mom fucking smoking with Diane. like then when I'm 12, whatever, that's like how this shit has to work. Damn, so that would have been, I bet you my fucking, so I go into the, I go into the 6th grade. I start a new school in 1936. And they're probably all good. Oh, you can go in there and we're going to set up some shit. And so they're probably setting up the shit. Probably was this gate. Wouldn't be later, would it? God, I'm a fucking. Oh, yeah, because it wouldn't be after the divorce. God, man, they fucked up, man. Just that radio shit. That crystal radio. And I could draw the diagram for it that my dad taught me. And the way my uncle, cousin, and the family, like, oh, you're a little genius with that or something. It was like they showed some interest in, and they had to lie and say they had gotten him one of those. My cousin, Radio Shack, crystal radio, little like kit. And then I go in. God, it probably is that same, yeah. So it's got to be the year 76. When I have to go to the psychologist because I'm banging my head, or like I'm shaking my head really hard that my brain bangs. I've been spitting before, and I draw that diagram. Now, wouldn't that be after? Yeah. Yes, they probably came after. I got better off. Like my dad was doing weird shit, and I was getting crazy for it. And so, when my grandparents were there visiting, like I turned 12 in 1976, October 76. So December, that Christmas of 76. My dad's parents, my grandparents, are visiting, and they stay in my parents' bedroom, and my mom and dad stayed in the family room, and they're always like talking, doing some fake ass shit, planning the divorce. My dad's always like, doing his creepy shit or whatever, being tense, like they have to go away and talk, and it's weird. And they have my grandparents there for it. It's so creepy and weird. Probably some weird shit. And they're like doing some weird thing with money, and it's even like my fucking uncle has all the fucking money with Unitarian Church, or like oh God, so he is Unitarian Church, so he could get a Unitarian Church loan from something, something, and it could go around, right? Because I'll be chair of the Unitarian Church, or maybe it's not yet, but and then the grandpa can get another thing loan, and I can go circle around. Yes, I got, and that's why you gotta have multiple moving parts, and really it's just to get my dad, probably get him tweaked to make it fucking good and crazy and alienate everyone for me, not tell me shit about anything. Damn, man, because my dad said something years later. He said, why don't you try getting a loan from your grandfather? So my dad cheated me out of all the college money and shit. He was supposed to pay for college till I'm 25. He does this shit. He never paid my brother. He said, "You ever should try getting a loan out of your grandfather, like because of this shit." Because they're grinding him though. But my mom said I walked in my sleep. So in my pajamas or whatever, come out of my room, come all the way down the house, through the kitchen, and open the door of the family room. And it's where that garage is, and it's like a flight of stairs, little stair thing that will go down about 4.5 feet. And so, like, the room's at 4.5 feet lower. In the same ceiling height, so it's a nice high ceiling. So as I opened the door and leaned in and something like that, I said, where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? And I was sleeping. And I was always wondering if she's making up for something. She doesn't like that, just make up the whole thing. She makes up other weird shit, especially if you ask her. But I think that was true. I think it really did sleepwalk. Yeah. My dad acts like, my dad's probably woke up and like saw it and he's lying. He's lying. He just lies. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. And he's like gaslights. And then when I came to Worcester, I had a dream of that where I was walking through the I was walking through the kitchen and I was like Dracula in my castle. And I had cowboy boots. And I had cowboy boots back then, too, when I was a kid. And they would clunk. They were nice leather cowboy boots. And I go and I open there's like organ music playing, like that Bach organ music. But it was a different tune. And it was really good, too. Something I had made up or thought I was making up or something. Had the impression of it. And I go and I go to open the door and the music goes do-do-do-do-do. It's like reaching a crescendo. And I open the door and it just stops. The music. And I look in and this is a dream I had when I first came to Worcester. Okay, so I came to stay with my mom. I was like 22, I think. Or I was 21. 22. Maybe I was 21. Yeah, 21. Oh, God, no older than that. No, I was 23. That's right. So, it's the first night I was there, I think. Or the second night. And I'm having that dream. And it involves the lock to my mom's door, the door that she's got a door too. You know, I'm in the living room, like in Worcester, and the door's over there. So it's kind of like that door, too. So in the dream, I open the door, and look, and it's like they're having a wedding, but it's all skeletons. And everyone's like facing away from me, I think. Oh, yeah, except for in the center part where it's the wedding, or the actual, like, event, the sermon, or the wedding. I guess it's the wedding, but I don't see it. It's supposed to be too horrifying. Like the idea of it. Like, I'm not looking at whatever the skeletons, like cannibalistic incest or with skeletons or like some shit. Okay, but then I'm upset because I'm not supposed to have this dream. And I know it's a dream and I'm very angry that it's done this. And actually I wasn't supposed to have it but I was having all kinds of issues and I had before I went to bed, I took a over-the-counter medicine. That's a muscle relaxant. Like what? Muscle relaxant. I shouldn't be letting the cat in. Can I let the cat in? Are you letting the cat in or something? That would be nice if I could have a video. God, can you close the door?
Give her a second.
No, I don't want to.
She's making Mom work for it.
The cat?
Yeah.
Just close the damn door. A cat.
She wants
there's
a
a
place
cat.
where she can lay down.
Okay. God, why doesn't this focus, man? Is that the cat? Alright. So, was I taking I had taken over-the-counter pill that's a muscle relaxant, like over-the-counter, and it really does shit, or at least to me that. But then if you take it again, it doesn't really do anything, I think. At least that's my experience. But it really made it like, and I couldn't sleep. But it made me have that creepy dream and like undid shit. And so I was right that I wasn't supposed to have that dream. So I like opened that door in the dream and skeletons and music, it just stopped. And I was really pissed. So I ran down into the room downstairs, which is the same thing as I did. I chased a cat once when I was there, and then banged my head on a chair and got a cut on my eyelid. And had to get stitches, so it's related to that. And that's like going back to the hospital and shit. But I ran, in the dream, I ran down to the skeletons, and I went to go grab the skeleton. I was so angry, so I was just going to tear it up. So I grabbed the skeleton, one of the skeletons, by the back of the head, on his skull. Oh, but just before I could grab it, or just as my hands should be going there, some hands came and pushed my head down, like just jerked it down. And I woke up. And it was like and I considered that like to be cheating. My dream was cheating. Like, because it had interfered, had to break protocol or custom to wake me up. And then, but years later, I realized, into my horror, and it actually did horror, that, okay, so I'm reaching out to the skeleton, the skull, I'm going to grab it, and then some hands grab me by the back of the head. So it's that. And I can do a little bit now. The fear, the shock and the fear, like that's supposed to be scary. That's scary. This is scary shit. I woke up and my heart was going, I was fucked up. I was really fucked up. I had issues. From all the shit. Torture and shit, things. And like, that was that. And I don't know, that dream, like, I guess if I really had that dream, that would be related to it. Like, if I had walked to my sleep, and said, "Where's Daddy?" Otherwise, I would have just heard about it. And I'd be making a dream from that. But if I'd actually had a dream like that, maybe related. I think it is that, too. It is that, yeah, because it's like wedding, too, right? To get all the different stuff. What a day for a white wedding. Yeah, I think of all the white. All the white with skulls and stuff. I don't get into weddings or anything. God, man. God, man. So that's that. My dad was like, they're plotting evil shit. They're some motherfuckers, man. All this shit. I always fucking knew it. My fucking uncle, the head of the Unitarian Church, he was for years. That's the shit. That's that CIA shit, the CIA trash part. That's Joe. That's Joe and everyone. Joe, Tom, everyone. Because they fucked up. God, it might have been right before Joe comes in. Like before, I think it's right before, because Joe came in early, like that first year. But before that year, the whole year goes by, so it's Tom. And he'd be all up in their Unitarian Church. And they did some tells and shit. And it goes to the other shit. Heck, and they are that shit. Because they fucked up. And then once they bring in Joe, and they'd never run it like that. And Tom always has to be like, I hate them there, the Unitarian Church. So he's lying. A little bit of a thing, and then Joe has something to do with it, and you wouldn't know anything has anything to do with anything. And it's a fucking lie. And instead, Joe was like always at the Unitarian Church. Like it was the end of it. So I could go see him like that first year or two. It was cool because I run into Tom. Like this is maybe just like right December of 1988. So all through 89 and stuff, maybe right after, but especially through 89, I'd run into Tom on the street or somewhere, and he could tell me like what's going on that night. Oh yeah, there's a thing of poetry reading over in Cambridge or something. There's always some stuff. There's always something, and he'd tell me, and I could go to it. And And then I think there just wasn't as much of that stuff going on later. But so Tom, so really the way you interpret it is like he's getting run out of the fucking Unitarian Church. That whole fucking thing, that CIA thing, right? Which really runs Joe and they hide it, right? Bring this stuff in later. So you have Tom, and then it looks like, oh, he's all up in there, and like, but he's going to infiltrate everything else, elk and moose. He's trying to do elk and moose, whatever the fuck that is. Elk and moose, because elk had a poetry at elk. At elk? That's the Hells Angels. That's the shit. Like that little bit, not really much left, but I mean, no, they got some of the stuff in it. Not like it's there. After that, it used to be a real fucking place. It used to fucking run everything, and everyone knows everyone. How the fuck did it work? Shit. This is all gone by the time I get there. It's still really cool, at least for me. You know, Tom had just gotten started a couple years earlier. Yeah, so he's going around, like, infiltrating, doing all the poetry readings, all up in Boston and Cambridge, and because they messed up, they did a thing at the Unitarian Church. It's just so too much comfort. He's got the poetry reading, and then he's got to have these fucking girls with their shirt off, one of them or two of them, doing a dance with their tits, like, and it's like, how do you get that? Like, with their thing, and they can do their Indian stuff. And they're doing it at me too, because they're doing it with, like, with Prabhupada's music that I used to listen to, and they're like psychologically profiling, you know, and they got the expert shit. Yeah, they're running the spy shit, all the fucking shit, and they did that, and that's at the Unitarian Church, and that's how I fucking know they fucked up. And then that's got to go to, like, you know, when that fucking. The bitch has her fucking finger in the fucking, like, bottle top. Like, how do you get two of those? How do you get two of the motherfuckers, right? Right? Is it, they don't, maybe you're just like, officers, like, or they work both or something, or maybe Tom is, like, just up against the fucking thing. No, there's too much stuff where, no, I can see the shit where it's opposites. But then later, yeah, they were bringing stuff in. It'd be all like, you know, the boss's boss came in. That's what it is. So people won't even know. Because that shit was like, Raymond and his wife, and then the other chick, that'd be like, that'd be like a fucking New York art scene. Like, how do you get, like, the Banksy fucking shit? That's them. How you can just, like a token. It's a fungible token painting, and then you'd have that. Like, it's that shit. Which is probably, even those guys are getting put in, whatever. They act like they're in it. That's one thing. Fucking dog shit, man. But, yeah, but then it's like Joe's in there, and it's like, and then Joe is kind of like keeping an eye on Tom too. It's like weird. Oh yeah, Joe put a fucking net over him, right? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it could be like, yeah, maybe. Who knows what the fuck? How they fucking work? Damn, man, early Tom, like, I just remember in the willpower, yeah, he was like some determined, and damn. Yeah, they're shit. Yeah, I guess the Gardner Museum, that was like right before I came to Boston. I was thinking it was like when I was there. Or before, I was maybe in the South End or something. Oh God, it wasn't when I was living in Fenway. Somehow I was thinking it was. I did live right there all those years after. God, man. God, it just doesn't make any sense about my dad. He has this things where he's like kind of dropped out of everything, but I guess that would make sense. He'd do it that way. How does he get? They were working him. I think they get it, and they're like the parent to you, to his sister and something, and it would be because it'd be the sociology department. If you want to know the mechanisms, like the ruthless. Like when Ruth isn't there, the sociology department would be ruthless. It's in his obituary thing. Someone would write, that's the CIA fucking, that's the funny thing, saying, don't forget that name. Like as soon as you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, that's the name. Because that's the CIA thing, going all the way back to the 50s. She was there since the 50s. She knows where all this stuff. And she'd work the stuff. You know, so she could work everything. Everyone that comes and goes from his office, everyone that smiles at you, winks at you, or whatever, that could be your daddy issues and whatever the fuck, all your weird little things, or little spring in your step. And they'll work him with that. And all the weird shit. You know. Okay, so you know how they did the streakers, okay? Because the streakers came out when I was a kid. We were on the bus, and we thought we saw streakers. I was thinking, well, we might have been just making ourselves think that in a distance. But my dad said, but it was streakers. Like, my dad was in his office once. It's probably true. He's in the meeting in the sociology department, and he looks out the window, and he's like, fucking just, it's like the chair is like a sociology department. He would sneeze really loud. He'd scream when he sneezed, and the kid would sneeze. Achoo! Like scream it, like in school if I was ever in a class with him. The dad would and the kid would. So the chair is like talking. And it's like kind of boring. My dad's spacing out and tired. And he's looking out the window, and there's this guy walking down the nice like sidewalk university. He's got no clothes on. He's like buck naked. And my dad was thinking, oh yeah, just regular. And then he realized, oh my shit, God, he's streaking, right? Like walking like it's normal. Okay, you know what that was always the undercover shit. They don't just go streak. They do the windows. It's the who's gonna see it, that you're the audience. Like they're not just like, it's not them and then does someone see it? It's like they're infiltrate the audience and they know the windows and all this stuff. It's supposed to be the impression of, oh my God, in the middle of here, and they'll get all the angles worked out. That's how they did the ultimate streaking, okay? And they just walk down, like that was like that original early undercover. How they won't even dare do that shit down here. I actually watch them start doing it now. Probably would, man. They got all their line of sight and stuff. God. Yeah, that's what they were doing, man. And especially certain angles. It might be really good. And And like nothing would be weird. And like, oh, I don't have clothes on. I have to get in this car and go away. Or I have to go back in here. And like, excuse me. It's like everything's smooth. It's just like someone's walking by and then nothing. And there's no awkward, I'm getting in a car and running away now. God. Probably was. Yeah, I remember in front of Morris Library when I was a kid. That might have been 1972 or something. I think it was 72 for some reason. There's that little tiny pond thing in front of Morris Library. And I went out there with my dad or something. And then the hippies were there. And it was like perfection. It was just paradise. It was like Athens. And it is like all that in front of Morris Library is the place, and crossing back and forth. And that's what it was. It was a Cold War university, supposed to be disposable and then fold down. It's probably always going to fold down. At least after the Kennedy stuff, once they know that. And they're going to like, boom, like they're going to do that shit. Maybe it wasn't always going to fold down. It's like after that, they're going to fold it. Probably. So the old main building got burned down. The ROTC was up there. They had their rifle range up there in the old main building up in the attic, which is kind of funny and weird somehow. And they could do that. Have their shooting range. They must have had everything else and all their. Maybe they'd have some top secret papers, or the guys would think they did, and have the fire. You know, maybe some of it. But the real shit would know. But that was probably a play. Probably just wrapped up a lot of stuff. Had the fire and everyone pulled the papers out, rescued everything. That's why I get those streams. I go over where they hauled the stuff for the old main building. It took it down Grand Ave and kept going over up near Stinkfish Pond and all that. McClafferty Road and across and that place. So we used to go there and play and build a fort out of the old bricks and stuff. And then I get dreams about the Indians, like Mayans, like it's all pyramids and stuff and real our culture, but I think it's like the university, how it would have been or was, because they were just taking it apart, I guess, by then. Yeah, it is. Breaker 19. We got a great big convoy trucking through the night. Got an update, got roadway. Got the feds with roadway. Oh shit. I can't get the CIA with the garbage feds. Roadway. All that 1973 shit, oil embargo. They're running roadway. They're fake ass shit. Got them connected. Damn. And another thing. It is, man. Oh, that was all a fucking setup. Motherfucker. Yeah, I got the roadway executive going with the fucking, oh shit, what is he called? God, the feds that do the, fucking, damn, they keep the guy on the hook to, my friend who's, our friend. Damn, man. And the other thing, what was the other thing? Yeah. So, another thing up, or, that, back to the, shit, that was the parish school. Isn't that where the Unitarian Church went? Moved in right next door to that thing later? Isn't that where that went? Man, I wasn't even thinking of that. I saw that on like Google Maps once. I was looking at Street View or something. Shit. Or looking for it. I think it is. And so right up in there, maybe it's that same house. Maybe one for something. So maybe when they move in, but like someone like there was throwing a big party. Had all the adults and a bunch of kids, and me and my brother were there out at the jungle gym, all alone in the backyard, or like everyone else is running around hither, thither, there, or here. And so this like couple came up, man and woman, and started talking to me. My brother's 3 years younger, so asking me about the jungle gym, how it's put together, something like that, or whatever. Like, then he said, oh, like, oh, it's not, like, we're the wrong kids, like we're not the kids that live there. I'll say, he says, oh, you're not kids that live there, something like that. And he said, oh, wrong kids, to her, and just turned around and walked away. And they weren't really mean. Okay, so it stuck with me for what the fuck that was, and what it was. And I'm not gonna get into detail of all the impressions and stuff like that. So what it was, like what it's consistent with, and it totally makes sense. It's always fucking stuck with me. Okay, so they're coming up there. They're running the code, right? The jungle gym, blah blah blah, right? Like to go work some kids, right? We work for ice cream, whatever the fuck. But they're even joking about that. But they're running those code words, and then they had drank their, like each drank a wine. They're really not supposed to be doing that, right? So they run up do the code word. Maybe it's something they just know they don't do it or something like that, or else could be. But run the code word. Oh, we don't respond right, and so something. And oh, we're not the kids. He walks away like it's just stone cold, and really it's like a joke, okay? Like he's running the code word. The kids want ice cream or something like that. You know what I mean? And some shit. Like even whether they'd ever do it or not, or and they're making a joke. Like they both drank their wine and they go out and do that. It's all like the kids that are there would do the code, or it would like they'd go back baseball talk, sports talk. They go like that, even if it doesn't not all the way thing, but they're joking like that. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't do the code. And that's why they even, and it makes it cooler when he's just, oh, wrong kid, and doesn't even talk to me anymore, just turns around flat out and ignores me and walks away, because it just makes it funny. And he'd be like, he wasn't even being mean, rude, uncaring. It'd be like, he wishes I was in there on the joke, it'd be even funnier. You know, it's just like a little bit of expense, like, and they had drank their wine. Some shit like that, because it was like, then it makes sense. It always stuck with me all these years. Fucking know that shit, man. It wasn't what's her fuck out there. Oh, that other family. Like, hey, come and make some, chop some onions. No. Right? My dad was in on that. And watched me. My reaction's funny. Mom's in on it. They had the shit going on. Later, my dad says, Fuck. That's some bullshit. You have a whole fucking thing going on. Who knows what the fuck? Yeah, the roadway. Roadway. Oh shit, motherfucker. My brother's friend is down there. He's like fucking my brother's friend is scheming with the fucking roadway fucking executive that moved in next door. Like a little motherfuckers, and that's at Trash Feds, because they had the Belmonts. They had them by the balls. They took all their fucking money. Like Bonano. Okay? So I got those motherfuckers. That's the fucking oil embargo. That's what they fucking did. They fucking got that shit all locked up, that roadway, because they made a fucking killing. They were all positioned and gets all the shit. And that did take shit by surprise. That fucking, the Kennedy stuff, maybe not even as much, to some of it. Or maybe. But then, shit. And maybe they can't even stop it. Like, look at all the shit now. And like, how else? Fuck, man. No. And then, but the oil embargo. Man, that's like fucking Cambodia, like I said. That's what happened there. It was like a whole world was going to develop differently. They just went into embargo land. Oil went up 4 times. And we're in a shit world of fucking landlords and embargo. For now. Okay. But that's like the fucking... That's that feds are running it without those feds that lock that shit up and fucking steal people's shit. Motherfuckers. Yeah. My brother's friend. So like the roadway executive, he puts in a fence, like a little like nice wooden fence. Sorry. He has to bring it all the way back and, kind of nail it on it's touching a tree, and and it's like, and then me and my brother, I have to get all up in arms about what property line it is. But my brother's friend just happens to be there, and he's all, it's an outrage, how dare, and like that, and like whatever. So we're all out there. We're all getting outraged at it. And my brother's friend, if oh man, it must be. I end up kicking the fence off, the nails, like they just have to come out. And then the roadway executive comes out to like repair it. And he's all mad, and our dog bites his ankles. Oh yeah, because the roadway executive grabs me a little bit and pulls me. Because I'm being a little pest. A little banshee. It's probably maybe is the correct property line, I don't know. But like that, right? And my brother's friends all with it, instigating it. Okay, so man, because this is it, man. Oh, and he's walking, roadway executive is getting bit in my ankles by the dog, and that, by a little Shetland sheepdog. Now that wouldn't be in the plan, and it hurts. And he was stoic. I've always remembered, it always stuck with me, and it feels so fucking bad, all kinds of shit, and it is consistent with this being fucking him, and he's like being a good soldier, he's like doing, and he's even shit, because he seems like a fat or something like that, but he like, because it's not like they're doing it, so he wouldn't be like just mad at us, but even because he does it really well. He didn't get his fucking mad, and now it fucking makes sense. So he kind of works his way back to the house. So he went back in the house, and it's like, and the dog bite on the ankle wasn't planned. And he's so fucking stoic with it. He has to make it back, and jeez, but we just don't talk to them anymore after that, It's like that. But I'll tell you this next part. Okay, so we're all hanging around, and me and my brother's friends are like, oh, what an outrage, blah blah. But the dog really bit his ankle, blah blah. We're like little. Okay, so we're walking around the yard, and outraged, and my brother's friend reaches down and picks up a can of old tuna fish. Like, it has some left over in it, and it had been opened. Maybe it's cat food, but I'm kind of thinking tuna fish. Maybe cat food, but it would be kind of weird. It has some in it. You know, with the top not all the way down, you know, like hadn't come off all the way. So I don't know why it was in the yard like that. It had rotted really bad. So he picks it up and smells it, and he goes, ugh, and he throws it. And he goes over to the house and up and it's God, it almost goes on the roof thing. But then it like hits the pavement, like their thing, and it gets all over their bricks. Like on the ground. He's like, like that. And it's kind of weird that he flung it like that. That was a fake out. That was a setup. That whole fucking can, the whole fucking thing, and him throwing it. Right in fucking front of us. Okay. Then, the wifey comes out. Like roadway guys, like, get out there, see what's up to that. She comes out there. She says, oh, I can't. And then she, you know, picks up the can or something. She's gonna, like, what did this terrible kid throw? And then she smells it, and she just starts crying, like, And I think that's for real. And I don't know how they could get it so it's perfection. I think she's not in on it. She just starts crying, and I felt so bad later. But we can't explain. And my friend accidentally, but it was on purpose. He did it. Yeah, so we never talked to him again. But then it's later. Way later, I bring him some blackberries. I picked blackberries and brought it. And the wife answers the door, and the husband. And he says, oh, thank you. And it's weird how he took them. Like, she won't talk to us. We're on the list. Bad list. And then he's all nice. Like, nice, but like, yeah, sorry, serious, and we'll never talk again. But he was really cool. He reminds me of the FBI guy, too. And that's why our oil is 4 times as expensive. That's our oil embargo. That's why we had to do Apocalypse Now. Damn, man. Oh, those motherfuckers. They moved in right next door, too. The wife's not in on it. Okay, then the kid gets, like, autism all the way early on. Their first kid gets born, and he keeps going on and on and on and on, doesn't talk. He also says, what doing, but then it kept going. So in case you're looking at things like that, it'd be like that. I don't know, man. God. Yeah, he was already born and everything. Like, shit, how can that be?